Let's see what they can come up with. They're going to kick off. They'll go into the breeze by the look of it in the first half.
Jared Sutton, the referee. It's windy in Wollongong. Will it be wild as your Sunday ticket starts on Fox League? The kick-off high and taken by Brian To'o. The rested Origin stars returning this week. Moses Leota, crucial try scorer for them against the Dolphins. Backed up by James Fisher-Harris, a member of the departing Panthers, which is providing such motivation for them again in 2024. Sorensen charges towards halfway, and now Isaiah Yeo crosses it. Tackled by Little. Here's Cleary, his first kick of the afternoon. High towards the eastern side of the ground. And at the back, it's Fionney racing through to make the catch. So Matt Fionney is starting in that full-back position.
Yeah, and he had to cover a little bit of ground there too. Fionney got across the ground beautifully to take that ball on the full. Good start, sunny afternoon. I reckon we're going to see some open-style football here.
What a year this man has had. Zach Lomax lining up middle of the field for an early carry. Now Molo loses the ball. They don't navigate their opening set, although it's called knocked backwards here by referee Jared Sutton. Well, there's something we'd need to see again.
Well, it was a loose carry, really. Gee, I've seen them pulled up early in games. Lucky to get away with that, the Saints. The first set of 6 nearly come away with the error.
First carry from Raymond Faitala Mariner on the back of that juggle and regained controversially by the Dragons. This man, Dane Laurie, has been fantastic for them in recent weeks. And he'll need to be for a few more as well, with Dylan Edwards out for up to a month with that knee injury. Let's have a look at this. Well, upped it forwards, then backwards at the death. Anyway, possession now with Brian To'o. This meter-eating, tackle-busting winger. How high does he go on those fronts this afternoon? Fisher-Harris. Off 170 run metres against the Dolphins last week. Something in that tackle he didn't like. Often you see James stay down looking at the referee for a long time here.
No, you're 100% right there too.
Ooh, so he clutches at a groin. Big moment here in the opening 2.5 minutes. They're leading middle forward, staying down for a long time in the tackle, and now he's ended up on his back. Will James Fisher-Harris be able to continue in the game?
Not by the look of that now at the moment. He's still down on the ground. The ice packs are out in force. And you're right. It takes a big injury for this bloke to stay down. Even if he's been hit high, he gets straight to his feet every time. There was nothing illegal in the tackle. And the good news is he's back on his feet, like on his haunches anyway.
You lose your legs and come down on him.
So on report, Raymond Faitala Mariner. Fisher-Harris is going to try to play on. Lindsay Smith is on the sideline, ready to run on if he gets the green light. And penalty goes to the Panthers after all that, for the contact from Faitala Mariner. Look at it again in replay.
And he's landed on the back of the legs there. That was picked up. That's what the penalty was for. Put on report now early. Faitala Mariner.
This man, Casey McLean, teenager, only his 3rd game, but James Fisher-Harris does come to the sideline. So Lindsay Smith, the only Panther to play all 17 games this season. Early minutes for Lindsay off the bench. Luai wrapped up, disappearing underneath Little and DeBellin. Yeo for Smith. The Panthers Iron Man in 2024. Kenny, Yeo, Cleary. Quick hands for McLean, who darts back on the inside. Casey McLean goes in for his first NRL try, and doesn't he love it?
Well, it's the first time that they've been put under any sort of pressure there on the back of a penalty. They just marched downfield. Luai was caught quick play the ball. They go up the left-hand side, but there's nothing doing here. They're numbered up pretty well. Look at the footwork of this young fella. I thought there might have been a little bit of an obstruction there, but there's not. It's just the footwork and then the speed. McLean takes off. Couple of arm grabs, blokes throwing out their arms. And everyone gets the opportunity to make a tackle on him, but he's too quick. Panthers open the scoring.
18 years of age, he's pumped up. Casey McLean, already 3 games into his NRL career. He knows exactly where the camera is. They've got a gem here, the Panthers, they believe, signed until 2028. He and his brother Jesse, rare rugby league talents in the eyes of good minds at the Panthers.
Gee, nice footwork at the line too. As I said, a few of the Saints just caught flat-footed. Beautiful footwork, took off. And that's a danger sign there for the Dragons. Really the first time on a repeat set when they got the penalty, they were down this end. They're able to score. Got so many attacking options, the Panthers. And they open the scoring.
Nathan Cleary to give the Panthers a dream start. Plenty happening in the first 5 minutes. Candace Warner, I hope you're holding on tight sideline there.
It's hard to believe this is only Casey's 3rd NRL appearance. He made his debut against the Cowboys in round 17. But what a great afternoon at a sold-out WIN Stadium. The hill is jam-packed and there are plenty of former players in the stands today. It's currently 13 degrees, but it feels much colder than that.
Yeah, it's like that. The pictures may deceive for viewers watching on Fox League. Clear skies, brilliant blue day in Wollongong, but that sou'wester and the chill factor making it a day for beanies and scarves, unless you're lining up in front of this man, Moses Leota. We might need a truck. Out from McLean again. Left centre position. Now Hame Sele out there in jumper 14, affecting that tackle along with Jacob Little. Now Dane Laurie rips through the line. Support on the inside. Nathan Cleary goes to Kenny. No! He takes the tackle up and goes again. It was the stop of Moses Suli that saved the Dragons. Now Leota on the back of that. It's an onslaught from the Panthers to start this game in Wollongong. Cleary runs into a dead end and takes tackle 6. Jaden Sewer there, close call for the home team.
Well, he did well to hang on to the ball there, Cleary. A lot of people would have been saying he should have passed the ball back on the inside, but a man from the Saints was caught in between. Did well to hang on to it. And then Moses Suli came from nowhere. Long-range break from the Panthers. They've started the game so well.
So the Panthers have lost James Fisher-Harris for the time being with that groin/adductor injury, but
You were laid
they
in.
can't ease their way into this game. The Dragons bursting out of the blocks. The Panthers with a try to Casey McLean, a break from Dane Laurie, and Nathan Cleary nearly positioned.
Yeah, you see
Mitch
Kenny over the top. Mitch Kenny just coming in late with a flop over the top 3 in the tackle there. And that is a relieving penalty there for the Dragons. Get up around about the halfway line. They can start their set now. Just look at the speed of the line here of the Panthers. They do it week in and week out. They take yards off you. Let's have a look at this set here from the Dragons. Haven't had the ball for a long time so far.
Hasn't this ground filled up late blocker? How good does the WIN Stadium hill look on a sunny Sunday afternoon? Shoulder to shoulder. Jack DeBella and Hunt leaves the ball behind. McLean scoops up the dregs, races away. Little tracks him down. Good speed from the Dragons hooker. So still backpedaling. St George Illawarra, and here comes Jerome Luai, Laurie and Cleary. Martin ridden into the ground by Sewer. And a penalty to the Panthers.
Yeah, fair enough. Sewer made the tackle and he just laid in to play the ball. You're going to make some sort of attempt to get out, just hanging on for his teammates. Gives away the penalty. Keep the heat on. You've made two long-range breaks. Here they go, the Panthers.
1 foot, Jack.
This is their mindset straight away. Here they go.
Martin has it.
Francis, let go.
They've completed all 5 of their sets so far. Plenty of them in this position. Smith.
Jack, roll out now. Hold. Go two. Jack gets square.
Now Yo. Moses Leota.
About his involvement
Up
early.
together now, Jack. To right.
Wind him up and away he goes.
It's the same week in, week out, isn't it? Great to watch. Moses Leota Luai trying to stab the ball through the line and diving on it in the face of Nathan Cleary. It's cleaned up by Fiona.
And there's that understanding between the halves there. This time they swapped over. Luai it was, it went at the line. Nice little grubber kick there. The bounce of the footy. Cleary's right there on the spot. They scrambled well that time. Well done to the Dragons, hanging on again.
Block all the early possession and territory with the Premiers. Can St George Illawarra survive another set here? The high goal line dropout taken above them all. Brian To'o. How did he get up there?
A step ladder.
Cleary for Leota again. His 5th carry of the game already. 9.5 minutes in. Yo for Smith. Early minutes for the interchange forward. See the injury to Fisher Harris. Kenny, Cleary, no Laurie. Isaac Tungor just changing the direction. Tackled by Sele and Little. Behind Leota this time. Yo, Smith had the upper buddy through the line. Last play now. It's with Nathan Cleary. His grubber through the line again. Back-to-back dropouts forced on the Dragons.
Yeah, just don't overcommit.
Just having a look, see who that is on the spot there. They just cleaned the ball up, knocked it dead in goal. Got on his bike there. Fiona, I think it was. No, it's a 5'8". In Flanagan, got himself back there. They're under assault, aren't they? Long-range breaks from the Panthers. They know how to put the pressure on. Cleary that time gets a repeat set. Here they come again. Can't get the ball off them.
This time it's out on the full.
Play the ball. 10 by 10.
Well into the hill. So
Play the ball.
that really, there's no chance to contest that. We saw a moment
Hold.
early this season where that was awarded penalty. Anyway, we play on here through Tungor. He's very close. They're gassed early, the Dragons. Camped on their line. Yo for Luai. Back to his captain. Isaiah takes the tackle. The Panthers set up to the left. Flat, it's Cleary. Now Luai. Sorensen tried to hit and spin. No offload allowed as the tackle came from Faitala Mariner and Fiona. Cleary to Yo, who had to reach for the ball. As a result, his pass misguided. To'o! Brian To'o tried to bullock his way over the Dragons.
What about the way that he ducks under tackles there, To'o? He stays upright and then ducks down underneath.
1 foot
He
here,
did
guys.
well to hang on. You've got to give him a rap there, the Saints.
Hold.
The Dragons have had the ball for 2 completed sets. The Panthers are 7 from 7. Smith.
Hold. Release now. Hold. Go one high.
Now Luai. The big step off the left a couple of times. Jerome Luai rolling it off the hand for Kenny. He looked left and right and said, I'll go straight. Into Molo. Yo passing for Cleary on the outside. It's Liam Martin. The Dragons had to break, and the execution from the Panthers' best was brilliant. Cleary for Martin, and in they go again.
Well, that's a pearler for the Harvey Norman replay here. Just watch the way that Cleary goes at the line and holds it up. Liam Martin, with the understanding, knows exactly what shoulder to run under here. Beautifully positioned. Just watch Cleary here as he gets the football. Double pump, gets him standing flat-footed. And Martin knows exactly where to run, scores right under the post. You can't blame the Dragons there. No team in the NRL could handle that sort of pressure. And Liam Martin goes in for the Panthers, number 2.
Number 2 for the season for Liam Martin. He, Isaiah Yeo, Brian To'o, Jerome Luai, all coming back into the lineup after the Dolphins win last week. At Penrith, they took down Wayne Bennett's team, and they're aiming for 3 in a row for the 3rd time this season. Camped in second, 6 points behind Melbourne at kickoff, but win this and they're back within 4 of the ladder leaders.
And you know they're 9 from 9 to start this game. Perfect start from the Panthers. Away from home, Cleary with the kick in front.
Nathan Cleary makes it a perfect start for the Panthers. 12 points to nil, Candice.
Yes, James Fisher-Harris is off with a suspected groin injury. He is going to be sent for scans, and it looks like his day is done. But in saying that, they have strapped him up, and he is sitting on the sidelines.
Let's see what happens as the game goes on. But given these pictures, Blocker, we won't be seeing James Fisher-Harris again today. And the injury diagnosis will be important with a view to the future.
He looked quite uncomfortable there, coming into the sheds, but miracles happen now. He'd be wanting to get back out there. 12-0 to the Panthers.
High kickoff taken by Dane Laurie, who's had tackle busts and tries and try assists, run meters, all in good number in that fullback role. Enjoying being back at Penrith. The Panthers enjoying exploring new surrounds because the Panthers haven't played a premiership game in Wollongong since 2016. Most of these current premiers haven't played an NRL game in the Gong. 8 years since they last played here as Leota comes forward again. They are excited to explore new surrounds. Cleary ices their 10th set of the game. Ball allowed to bounce, taken now by the Dragons. Very close to that eastern sideline. They find a way to come up with much needed ball.
Yeah, gee, I see it a lot now. Players not going for that football in the air, allowing it to bounce. You flaunt with danger doing that. Anyway, we'll see what the Saints can do now on their own line. Haven't been up the other end yet.
This is just the start of another great Sunday ticket on Fox League. After this, off to Suncorp, Dolphins, Titans. Then tonight, GIO Stadium, Raiders, Rabbitohs to round off. Round 21. After which there'll be 6 rounds until the finals. The mad scramble continues. De Bellin takes the final tackle. And now Hunt goes long down to the ground. Bounces away from Laurie, who goes at the ball. It was hinting it might go too far. Dane didn't take that risk. Then he's cut down only a few metres short. Luai comes away from dummy half, dancing in the face of the would-be defenders.
I was hoping for his running game here this afternoon. We've certainly got it so far.
Another offload from Penrith. And another one. Here's Isaac Tungor finding Laurie. Plenty of ball movement deep in their own territory. Is that the plan? You were impressed with Canterbury's ball movement yesterday in Brisbane.
Yeah, they were unbelievable yesterday. Away from home, the Bulldogs, never seen them play that sort of style. They were sensational.
Now running in behind the ruck. Lindsay Smith to Sorensen. He's put on his back. Strong tackle, Faitala Mariner. Now the last play, it's with Luai off the left. It skews off the boot and goes out on the full.
Put that down to Ben Hunt, putting on a little bit of pressure on Luai. I'm with you. I was surprised that Laurie didn't let that ball roll dead in goal, but they just shows the up-tempo. They just want to get on with the game straight away. The Panthers, just a couple of little offloads early in the tackle count might just upset the defensive line here.
De Bellin through Flanagan, Sewer, ball to ground and forced to clean up. The Dragons do so.
Just watching McLean in the background for the Panthers, just hobbling it. Got an ankle problem at the moment, so just trying to run it off.
Sewer playing in the first 2 Origins, not the third. He had a big performance for the Dragons last game that win against the Broncos. They've had a 15-day turnaround, so a bit of time off, big freshen up for Shane Flanagan's men. But they were put under the pump early. Taruva on the end of the kick, makes no mistake. Just to underline how long it is since Penrith came to Wollongong. The spine that day when they last played here in 2016 for the Dragons. Josh Dugan, Gareth Widdop, Josh McCrone, Mitch Rain. The 2016 spine for the Dragons, the last time Penrith came to Wollongong. And in that Penrith team that day, Jamie Soward, who coached the Dragons NRLW game before this one. Here's Isaiah Yeo. Cleary, behind Mark, he finds Laurie, Tungor. Well tackled by Suli. So the weight of possession continues with Penrith as they flood the short side. Laurie gets away. Here's Nathan Cleary. He runs towards the corner, and the Panthers have a third. They are shooting the right way today. The Penrith Panthers run in a third.
Well, you just can't rest anywhere on the field against the Panthers. You just reload and go back up the short side. The Panthers down on the ground at the moment, but Nathan Cleary's the man that finishes it off. Been hit a little bit late. Is that Laurie on the ground?
I think he took a shot as he passed back in field for the try. Yeah, Dane Laurie a little worse for wear. We'll need to watch it in replay. I followed the ball.
Yeah, but just look how connected these Panthers are. You can tell that they've played a lot together. Gets rushed out, turns the ball back on the inside. They reload on that short side. Here's Laurie with the pass back in. Oh, geez. Like he ducked down into the tackle as he was offloading the football. Might have got hit high, but a head clash, but the opposition player is bending down to make the tackle, so I think that's purely accidental. And Cleary finishes it off. Just watch Laurie duck right down as he passes there. You can't hit him high, but
all happens so fast. Fiona flashing into shot to affect the tackle. How will they view this? Will they view it late? Will they view it high? And yet we're hitting the target in the gong, says Nathan Cleary.
Good news, he's up and about.
It was an awkward play. The St George Illawarra Dragon had his head on the wrong side of the tackle. And Dane Laurie will go off under head injury assessment protocols.
Nice little reshuffle now for the Panthers.
Looks like Maverick Geyer might be the man to come on. He's holding the HIA interchange card. So we'll follow the reshuffle that flows as a result of Penrith losing their fullback for 15 minutes of real time, definitely. Maybe the game, pending his health in that quarter-hour period.
He's been sharp for them too, hasn't he, Laurie? Last few weeks he's filling in for Edwards. Got wonderful speed, covers the ground quickly, great balance. A little bit unfortunate now he's gone off the HIA. The Panthers so slick, they keep you can't rest for 1 second against these guys. You think you're on the blind, they're going to shift the ball out the open, you have a little bit of a breather, and they come back straight at you. It was, of course, Cleary was rushed by the marker, and he just picked it up straight away. Let's go back up that short side. And he ended up scoring the try.
Tough assignment here for Nathan Cleary. Eastern sideline, windy conditions, and he drags it across the face. He was on an 18-goal streak. He'd kicked his last 18 in a row, but even the best in that situation found it tough. So Dane Laurie heads off HIA.
Matt.
And Matt Fionney.
On report, the contact on Dane
He's
Laurie.
on report. Matt Fionney, the man to go and report for this tackle.
I reckon he'll be right. You know, very hard to avoid that one. Have a look how low he bent to make the tackle. And Laurie even bent down. So, don't know how you could avoid that one. You're going at speed. I think he'll be all right.
So the reshuffle will be Mav Geyer playing in the centres, we'd imagine. Sonia Taruva to fullback, McLean to a wing. Let's see how Penrith line up over the next few sets.
Here's 10. Tackle 1, who 4?
So a halt in
Matt, independent
proceedings
doctor
call.
said that Matt's got to go.
So Matt Fionney will have to go off as well, according to the independent doctor, for his clash in that tackle that forced Dane Laurie off. That's probably understandable given the collision and the way that Matt Fionney hit the deck. So all of a sudden the Dragons are forced into a change as well. They've got to come up with a new fullback. It will be Zach Lomax. And Luciano Leilua goes onto the ground.
He might add that little bit of spark if they can get in a field position. Leilua, wonderful offloader of the football. Now we might see a little bit more of a running game and see Lomax bob up everywhere here. Gone back to full-back. Been outstanding on the wing, but I like him with the opportunity to get his hands on the football more. They're behind on the scoreboard 16-0. They need to do something quickly.
Coach Shane Flanagan crediting the form of Raymond Faitala-Marinette as the reason he has to keep bringing Luciano Leilua off the bench. He's off the bench here, given the HIA for fullback Matt Fionney. So it's been happening through the first 20 minutes. 3 tries to nil in favour of the Panthers. An injury to James Fisher-Harris, a couple of HIAs as well. This kick high towards the seaside of Wynn Stadium, where it's fielded safely by Christian Tuipulotu. 3-try hero last game, Tuipulotu, in that win against the Broncos. Tough stretches of George Illawarra, playing last year's beaten grand finalists into the premiers, into the ladder leaders next weekend in Melbourne. If they want to play finals footy, they've got to navigate these games well, and they tick the first box by beating the Broncos. Here's Leilua. Like Penrith, St George Illawarra have 4 home games to come in their final 6. The bounce here for Casey McLean, who started the try scoring this afternoon. And the visiting team has certainly hushed the big crowd in at Wynn Stadium, Blocker.
Yeah, well, they've had nothing to cheer for so far. They haven't been anywhere near that attacking zone. We haven't really seen them put many plays together. It's just been battling out, coming off their own line. Takes a lot of juice out of them too. They've had to defend so much here in the first half.
Here's Cleary for Taruva. The Dragons effect their 120th tackle of the game. Penrith, half of that number. Cleary was tackled after kicking. It's high towards Lomax, who takes the bomb. The contact legal from Kyle Flanagan on Cleary. But again, St George Illawarra have to come away from their 10-metre zone.
They might try something a little bit different. Try and spread the ball in their own 20. Try something different. Run one out there like that. I mentioned a little bit earlier. We come up with something a little bit different. The speed of the line of Penrith, just if you run one out, just get eaten up. Something different.
DeBellin here. These teams met in round 13. The Dragons coming from 10-0 down to win 22-10. It was origin affected and in the wet, but they have come from a deficit already this season to beat Penrith. Here they are at 16-0 down. This kick from Ben Hunt out on the full. The wind got hold of it and just blew it towards the fans standing on the hill.
Yeah, talk about gifting field position now. The Panthers on a set start straight away. Just over the halfway line in the attacking zone again.
Time off, Jaden.
The
You're on report.
Dragons'
High contact.
third error of the game. Now it's Jaden Sewer on report. St George Illawarra can't afford these mistakes, given possession to Penrith, 70%. They've completed 13 of 14. And just scoring on the back of that statistical advantage. This man has one already, Liam Martin. One of the host of Panthers locked away until 2027. Martin
Involved.
Smith. And a set restart. They were inside the 10, St George Illawarra. Cleary can smell blood in the water here. Now Yo bobbing up everywhere. Taruva. And he's shut down by Luciano Leilua. The flat ball for Leota. Waiting for him, Vitala Mariner. Cleary. Sorensen. Around the legs, it was Little. Final play now. Cleary has it. Goes through the hands, takes them on. Falls down for a double. Nathan has 2 in the first 25 minutes. The defence just held off and paid a price.
Well, a big, tall halfback running up the line like that. Just too big. He's got options. He knows exactly when to run. If you stand off him and expect you to slide off him and pass the ball on the outside, that's exactly what will happen. Gets on the outside, throws the dummy. Too strong. That close to the line. We've already seen him make a couple of breaks in this game. Loves to run the football. Ben Hunt gets caught in the seat. Spins out of the tackle. Lomax can't make it on Cleary. And he bounces over for number 2.
Big bowl of mince for Brecky, and it's fueled him up the right way. Nathan Cleary with 2 tries, making the most of this huge advantage in terms of possession and territory. Block the territory stat reads 93-7. And we're into the back end of the first half.
Well, have a look at the Dragons. In the opposition 20, they haven't been down there once. 22 times for the Panthers. Well, no wonder. No wonder the scoreboard's ticking over. He'll get RSI the Savo.
We are in a patch at the moment, are we not, where we are seeing a huge differential between tackled in opposition 20. So many games, it's a landslide in favour of one team.
Teams are so good at keeping the ball away from you now. Completion rates, you know, with the top teams, I don't think have ever been higher. They can just know how to put you under pressure. And Cleary, just with his ability to know when to run, when to pass, he's an unbelievable player.
Two from 3 today. And this one, he's back on target. 18 in a row into his first miss, and then he makes it 22 points to 0. Block, I know that Mal Meninga is a great mate of yours. We are all enjoying this 2-part special feature, the second half on Monday night from 7:30 p.m. straight after NRL 360. You'll learn a little bit more about the 13th immortal, Mal Meninga.
And how good was the first one? If you haven't got to see it, rewind it, go back and watch the first one. See if you can watch it. It's sensational footage. What a player. Has there ever been a man that could bounce out of tackles like Mal Meninga? I don't think so. I'll answer my own question. No.
And news this week, he's getting back involved with the green machine as To'o flies high again. Well, who has described him as a diminutive winger? He's flying above them all at Wynn Stadium. He's airborne, Blocker.
He got springs in his boots. To'o.
Sorry, Case.
They want to challenge. Challenge the take.
Dragons challenging the decision of contact in the air on the catcher.
Yeah, sometimes people, because of his stature, underestimate how tough he is. To'o. Nothing for him to do 20 carries every game.
Flanagan isn't competing for the ball at this stage. He contacts Brian To'o in the air and begins to tackle him. The challenge is unsuccessful.
So if 22-0 wasn't bad enough, they've burnt their challenge, St George Illawarra.
Got to be sure of it when you're on the back foot like they are.
Time on.
Have a look at the field position now. It's not only the penalty, it's a kick down field. Away they go again, the Panthers.
Look how dominant the 3-time reigning premiers have been in this game. I won't run through all those numbers, but read them on screen. It's outlandish.
You're not moving fast enough in the middle at the moment. So
one team's out there playing footy, the other's just tackling. The first 28 minutes of this game. Leota. As those stats start to balance, how much fuel will there be in the Dragons?
They might be able to smell that minor premiership again. Got all their players back apart from Edwards.
They need the Storm to stumble, but the Panthers do have 4 games at Penrith in their last 6. Final play here. Cleary has it, chipping, looking for a Panther to get through and make it an aerial contest. The ball bounces back towards the goal line, and Zach Lomax is driven over it.
Do you know, a lot of times when you're leading 22 points to 0, you can drop off in certain areas. Not the Panthers. Look at their kick chase here. Led by Liam Martin again.
Yeah, they lost it.
It was a good take. Bounce of the football. They get the football back. Lomax's a big, strong fella, but look at Martin. Look at the effort there. That's a big play.
They opened the scoring in terms of try scoring for an 8th straight game against the Dragons and have gone on with it since then. The dropout goes high. It's taken by Taruva. He was under pressure. And again, they're winning every battle so far, the Panthers. They're doing everything right. Here's To'o.
Up together. Pull back here, Jacob. Hold. Go two.
Now Yo for Luai, playing on the front foot. Guy went outside to McLean, and there's their second incompletion of the game.
Scrum, guys. Scrum, man. In the middle.
Yeah, just on the field, might have got a little bit too excited there.
On the shot
Guy trying to shift the ball quickly.
So we've seen the Panthers lose James Fisher-Harris as we look at McLean just hang the hand out there. Would like that moment again.
Going early here, Mitch.
But Candace sideline, what do we know about Dane Laurie forced off HIA?
Yes, we did see Dane Laurie leave the field earlier with a HIA. It was ruled a Category 2. I can tell you that he has failed that.
Okay, thank you, Candace. So no more Dane Laurie, and we don't expect there to be any more James Fisher-Harris. So we're down to 15, although Dane Laurie can activate an 18th man yet. As a penalty goes in favour of the Dragons.
And the crowd go up as well.
And of course, Matt Feeney wasn't sin bin for that tackle on Dane Laurie. They can't activate their 18th man at this stage, Penrith, so they are playing with a 15-man rotation at this stage.
On report, working the arm.
Now another Panther goes on report.
What for? Working the arm, trying to roll him on his back. Is that illegal?
Well, here's cause for this big crowd to turn their neck the other way. They're getting stiff looking at the northern end of Wynn Stadium. Here comes Hame Sele running towards the southern end. Rare indeed in this first half. Flanagan steaming onto the ball. It's Leilua taking a great tackle from Tungor. Around one leg on Sully it was. Moses Sully making the charge. This is Tom Eisenhuth. Hame Sele.
Last tackle, Isaiah. Square. 1 foot hold, Mitch. Go, last.
Final play. It falls for Hunt to kick. Well weighted, fielded in goal. But Ben forces a goal line dropout.
Well, that's something a little bit better there from the Dragons on the back of a penalty. Get down in that field position. Moses Sully hitting the ball at pace. Some great defence on goal there by the Panthers to stop him. They force the line dropout. It's all about pressure. Just looking around and see where Lomax can get himself involved in the game. See where he hovers around. See if he can get his hands on the football.
Christian Tuipulotu fighting for every metre. Now Toby Couchman, some fresh legs out there for Shane Flanagan. For obvious reason, late in this first half. Kyle Flanagan, Hame Sele started the game. We advertised an unchanged lineup. That change was made by the Dragons. Without notification, they don't lose an interchange. There'll just be a breach notice on that front as now they go through the hands out towards Lomax. Trying to free up a man on the wing in Tuipulotu, but underneath him, Nathan Cleary. Tuipulotu celebrates the try. What does Jared Sutton say?
No try.
Tuipulotu did well there too to get that ball down if he does. There's a number of Panthers around him to make the tackle. It's a good pass there from Lomax. You've got a couple of defenders interested. Gets down low. Taruva tries to make the tackle. Let's see if he gets it down.
Christian Tuipulotu maintains possession the entire time and grounds the
well
ball.
done.
We have a decision.
Scored a hat-trick the last time they played against the Broncos and gets one here this afternoon.
For the first time in his career block, he's scored in 4 straight games, and There was much work to do there. Christian Tuipolotu.
Yeah, plenty of work to do there, no doubt about it. But Lomax coming in to make that extra man, just got a couple of Panthers defenders interested, was able to get the ball around. Tuipolotu had plenty of work to do, just used his body, spun out of the tackle, kept control on the ball on the way down. And that's good. Just before half-time, the Saints have got themselves on the scoreboard.
Former Sea Eagle, now a Dragon. His 41st NRL game. Here's try number 20 across those 41 premiership outings. But he scored in 4 straight games, and that hat-trick performance against Brisbane blocker came on the back of 150 run metres, 11 tackle busts. So he's in a purple patch of form, and just what the Dragons needed to stop the momentum in Penrith and land a blow of their own. Lomax from the sideline. It's a high kick. Flags wave it away. It stays 22-4 after Christian Tuipolotu delivers this for the Dragons.
And just something a little bit different there. He comes onto the field to get that offload. Leilua it was with the second man play. Saints, let's see if they can lift after that. It's been a long while. It's taken them a while to score. They're on the board now. This next set will tell. Get themselves right back into the game.
As Candice mentioned from the kickoff, they're 3 from 3 at Wynn Stadium this season, the Dragons. The kickoff taken by Fionney, Max Fionney. Might get some news on his brother Matt Fionney. Candice, what do you got for us?
Yeah, Matt Fionney suffered a Category 2 HIA and has failed his test, so his day is over.
Okay, so Dane Laurie and Matt Fionney, the two starting fullbacks, ruled out of this game. And the Dragons 3 wins in Wollongong this season against Manly, against the Warriors, against West Tigers by bigger margins each time. There were 106-38 at home this year before being blown away early. Here's Max Fionney fending away from McLean, getting away from Luai and somehow staying in the field of play. There's a run. Hunt back to the short side. Sewer tries the chip and chase. Jaden Sewer showing us something out of his skill set we didn't know he had.
Yeah, we saw the Saints then, like we saw the Panthers earlier on in the game, try and reload back on the short side. Luai was caught on the wing. And Sewer with the chip over the top. A little bit early, I thought. Anyway, the Panthers come away with the football again. Gee, they scrambled well that time. They look like they were gone down that short side.
Problem for Max Fionney on the hobble. So much to stay up to date with in this first half. The half-game show will wrap it up for you very shortly. Braithen Astor, Corey Parker, Michael Ennis standing by in the Clive Churchill studio as Jerome Luai completes this set. Rarely in the first half from deep within his own territory. Lomax takes tackle 1. Later on this afternoon, Warren Smith, Cooper Cronk, Jake Duke to bring you Dolphins Titans from Suncorp Stadium. There's Dane Laurie. Good to see him smiling sideline, but his day is over, failing his head injury assessment. So it's Ania Taruva in the fullback role. Here's Toby Couchman with an offload. Little, bit of second phase for the Dragons. Little was looking for an offload as well. Murdoch-Masila couldn't quite get there in time. Hunt, the long ball, looking for Fionney. I don't know whether the Dragons half knew that Max has a bung leg.
I know they haven't had a lot of football there, but just have a look at the difference here. Hunt with the pass, it goes into touch. No run so far in the first half, albeit they've been coming off their own line, the Saints. But Nathan Cleary, 82 running metres and 2 tries. I think I've ever seen a halfback do that in a half of football. Loves running the footy. 82 running metres. He could get to 100 before half-time.
You throw in 4 tackle busts, 3 line break assists. He's had some first 40 minutes. Luckily for Ania Taruva, He spun just as Raymond Faitala Mariner flashed in, looking for a big shot. Smith, big minutes in the first half. Sorensen, in fact, it's Mav Geyer on the end of a good shot from Ben Hunt and Jaden Sewer. The Queensland Origin combination delivering there. Mav Geyer, just a hint of a crusher tackle under Toby Couchman, and that's the way it's ruled.
Well, you have a look
Penalty.
at Toby Couchman. He had to reload then Geyer. He already had that run a little bit early and then had to reload back on that short side, got the football. Couchman just trying to roll him onto his back. Just got him in an awkward position. It's something they didn't need. Look at that, tries to roll him over. Just catches the head on the way down.
3 minutes left in the first half. It is 4 tries to 1. Kenny finds the hot hand of Nathan Cleary. Sorensen stopped by Couchman and Murdoch-Masila. Here's Isaiah Yeo. They've been so efficient at this end of the field. Martin, tackled by Little. Misguided pass, cleaned up by Cleary. He finds Luai. Playing their 5th game of the season together, Cleary and Luai, who flicks it out the back last minute in the tackle for Taruva. Martin, Liam Martin. They're making the Dragons work on their goal line. Still 2 plays left. Liam Henry has been the decoy runner a couple of times. They hit him next opportunity. Here's Luai. Luai hurdling out of one tackle. He got away from Eisenhuth and casually whips a pass to Cleary. Penalty to the Dragons, obstruction.
I don't think he knows where he's going, Luai. I love it when he does run the football, but tremendous speed. Doesn't really lose any pace when he steps off both feet. Skips out of tackles and then gives himself up.
So just over a minute to play. The Dragons should finish with possession. Already it's Penrith's equal highest first half points haul at Wynn Stadium, Wollongong. They equal the 22 they put on Illawarra. Remember the Steelers blocker back in 1991. So the equal highest first half by a Panthers team in the Gong. At 22 points to 4. Final minute here. And the Dragons eat into that deficit. Wouldn't that put a spring in their step as they head to Shane Flanagan at the break? Now, step, duck, weave, offload from Lomax. Back to Hunt. He keeps the ball alive. Luciano Leilua to Moses Suli. Back to Leilua. That's forward. No matter what camera angle you use, that's forward. Well, Shane Flanagan reserved a tongue lashing, a paint peeling dressing down for the Dragons in round 13 against Penrith, and that got them up for a second half comeback and a win. What does he do today, Blocker?
Well, I don't mind that from Leilua. It's only 10 seconds to go before half time, just trying to manufacture something. I don't know, mate. I think he'd be all right. 22 to 4, but they haven't had any field position. The only one time they've really been down there, when you have a look at the opposition 20, how many times they've been tackled, they haven't been down there that often.
Geyer was looking for McLean on the outside. Max Fionney very nearly came up with an intercept which would have set him on his way. Instead, we finish with a Dragons knock on. It's been quite the first half from the visiting Penrith Panthers. 4 tries to 1.
Hasn't been ruled out yet. What come back on? Amazing effort.
Incidents are plenty in the first half. We'll update you early in this second half. You saw Nathan Cleary on screen. There's James Fisher-Harris. Nathan Cleary, the man of the first half, with a couple of tries, a try assist, nearly 100 run metres. Tackle busts as well. He positions the Steeden and gets us going in the second 40 minutes, putting it high, letting the wind do the work, and a scramble required by Max Fionney to come up with possession for the Dragons. Now Jaden Sewer. He rips in the second half. We'll get down to Candace Warner shortly for what the coaches said at half-time. Now, Couchman plays the ball for Little. Trapped down a dummy half and he gets a penalty.
That impacts the play, mate. He comes out trying to play.
Yeah, it looks like you just caught the markers that weren't square there. Kennedy caught just there to the left. It's the first time that we've really seen Little run out of dummy half there. Catches the penalty. It's a good start for them. Back-to-back sets now, right in the halfway line. Must be first to score here in the second half, the Dragons.
About to say first, second and third priority. Score first, post half-time, St George Illawarra. What can Ben Hunt lay on for them? Here's Murdoch Masilla making Mitch Kenny backpedal as the veteran thunders onto the ball. Now Hunt, change of direction from Faitala Mariner. Couchman comes onto the ball. Thurul Butcher running towards the Thurul end of Wynn Stadium. Now Flanagan for Murdoch Masilla again. Bending the line, looking for an offload. Lindsay Smith shuts that down. Final play for the Dragons. It's with Flanagan. Sully gets the ball away. Lomax flicks it on. Tuipulotu is nowhere near it. And Penrith hang on.
Well, that's a good start for Murdoch Masilla there. They just need some more energy running like that through the middle of the ruck. Big, powerful player. I just wonder how they're going to go defensively when you've got Leilua and also Murdoch Masilla defending against, well, next to each other. They're all right with the ball, but you don't know about on the same time defensively. Penrith have a lot of football.
So James Fisher-Harris forced off early for Penrith, yet to be ruled out of the game, staying warm sideline. Both teams have lost their starting fullbacks. Dane Laurie, Matt Fionney. For a controversial collision, Matt Fionney stayed on the field. Here's Sania Taruva out for Tangor. Max Fionney looks like he's been able to shake a leg complaint late in that first half. 5 players on report in the first 40 minutes. As we look at Liam Henry bring it forward. Matt Fionney, Faitala Mariner, Sewer, Couchman, and for Penrith, Tungall. So a bit happening in the first 40 minutes as Cleary roosts this one high above Wynn Stadium. Taken by Lomax in that fullback position. And we get into a grind for the first few minutes of this second half. Christian Tuipulotu. One-handed carry. He attracts 3 defenders. Tungor down low. Now Flanagan. And a penalty goes to Penrith.
Well, they're saying Flanagan deliberately did this to try and...
You deliberately threw it at him.
There you go.
You can't deliberately throw it at him.
Yep. This was a clampdown area a couple of seasons ago where it started to creep into the game. Players deliberately spotting an offside player, firing a pass intentionally into them. And the league noted the cynical nature of that and said, well, if you do that deliberately, it's a penalty while you're in attack. And the Dragons have underlined it right there. You happy with that, Steve?
Well, if that's the way they go now, yeah. Well, I thought it was pretty smart play from Flanagan, to tell you the truth, but unfortunately you can't do it now.
Old school smarts outlawed. Luai drifts across the ground. Liam Martin has it. They scored the first 4 tries of the game. Penrith, Cleary at the centre of it with a try assist and 2 of his own.
Oh.
Picked up by Lomax, slammed to ground. Nothing illegal, says the referee. Sorensen reached down and got there.
How did he hang on to
Penrith in again through Scotty Sorensen. He's got grippo everywhere.
We'll have a look at the skills of this Penrith Panthers side. Just one mistake here early in the second half from the Saints, from Flanagan, throwing the ball into a player that was offside, but they're not allowed to do it deliberately. They got the penalty, march downfield. Cleary just takes him on through the centre third again. The running game has been outstanding. There's the back slam there. And the quick play the ball. Watch this for handling. Sharp pass straight away to Sorensen. A little bit of footwork at the line. Murdoch-Masila can't make the tackle. And Sorensen over.
It was the footwork as he approached the defensive line. And then look at all the work he had to do block with Eisenhuth and Lomax and Faitala Mariner there or thereabouts. He kept it on the fingertips and slammed it down for Penrith's 5th.
Well, unsung hero in this side, isn't he? Not by his teammates, I'm sure. Scott Sorensen slams the ball down. He had plenty of work to do there. Not only was a great take at speed, just at the top of his shoulder, but then he had to snatch that ball in, and then a little bit of footwork at the line. There's 3 or 4 Saints around him. Just got his arm out and slams it down. Cleary with an easy conversion here.
31-year-old veteran in this team. Cleary sends 2 more points through. 28-4, the mountain gets a little steeper for St George Illawarra. And Penrith inch towards a 3rd straight win as they prepare for a big end of the season. The final season at Penrith for Sania Taruva, James Fisher-Harris, Jerome Luai. Sorensen signed until the end of 2026. As I mentioned, he's a veteran at 31 years of age in a team that boasts the likes of 18-year-old Casey McLean. A vital ingredient often mentioned by the players and coaching staff at Penrith, Scott Sorensen. Now, setting them up early in the set. Liam Henry, as we go down to Candice for a half-time report. Candice, what did the coaches say at half-time?
The messages from the sheds at halftime were very clear. Dragons coach Shane Flanagan wants the team to regain possession and have more composure defending their own line, whereas Ivan Cleary, he was happy with the team's first half intensity, but wants them to keep building pressure and completing sets.
Yeah, possession, Candice, still heavily in favour of Penrith. 60% of it. As a result, 70% of the territory. They're such an efficient footy team that if you give them 60% of the ball, you'll pay a price. Look at the scoreboard as the Panthers go high. The wind catches it. It's allowed to bounce sideways. Still there. Where's this ball going? Out towards the fans on the hill. McLean kicks again. Looking for Smith. Still there, cleaned up by Max Theonay. They say things go a little crazy in the wind blocker. Yeah. That kick sort of summed it up.
I can't believe the Saints here this afternoon allowing the ball to bounce. It's the 3rd time they've done it. Just got to get in and attack that football. Beware the bouncing ball. We've nearly seen a try come from that.
Ultimately, there were 3 kicks there by the Panthers. Sewer straight and hard. Accommodated by Henry, along with Sorensen. Hunt, high. It goes towards the hill. It goes into the hill.
Well, if it goes into the hill, whoever catches the ball should be able to keep it.
That's a big blunder from Ben Hunt. All his experience, 300+ games, his team under the pump. Yes, it's windy. That comes off the side and he knew straight away. If he was playing golf at Wollongong Golf Club next door, that was going into the ocean blocker off the first tee.
Well, just have a look where they've turned the ball over early in this second half. The first one around about the 30-metre line. And now the second one, exactly the same. Straight into mode now. The Panthers, they'll be getting excited about being gifted field position.
Taruva, Sania Taruva.
They keep trying to turn the ball back on the inside through the middle. They obviously think there's a little bit of a weakness there.
Mitch Kenny, the Panthers aiming for 30 points plus with half an hour still to play. Luai, back for Smith. Lindsay Smith on early as James Fisher-Harris came off.
Whatever you need to get ready.
Cleary, held by Eisenhuth, so the pass goes to Yeo. Little bobble there from Tungor. Sorensen and Luai. Lots of bouncing around on feet, lots of side to side. Where's the punch coming from? The grubber.
Ben!
And now a flare up. Ben Murdoch-Masila.
Masila and Liam Henry. Ben's also grabbed someone in back play and thrown him over just before that. Let's have a look
Ben
whether they've got any
Murdoch-Masila
striking
has
here
seen
for
plenty of
Penrith.
stinks since his debut in 2010. He's not shy of another one.
Hey, see Isaiah.
The Panthers just toying with the Saints at the moment. Have a touch
Let's
football
go,
out there.
Isaiah. Okay.
I shouldn't
Ben,
use
it's
that
gonna be
word,
a penalty.
Stephen. Stinks were back in your day. These are
Earlier
push
in
and
the
shoves.
set,
These are
Ben grabbed
melees.
someone who's just out. No, Ben doesn't need to. He just grabs him and throws him over. Then, mate, that's one thing that happens.
Don't tell me
Then he
football
reacts
people.
here to nothing, where he's entitled to be grabbed. It's going to be a penalty. Cool.
There are 5 players on
Penalty to
report already, not on this occasion. We don't have a 6th for anything in that push and shove, but we have a penalty to Penrith. Right in front, 10 metres out.
I think you'll find, I think the tackle over the top there from Liam Henry, I think he liked it that much anyway. The Panthers have got the football back.
Here's Liam Henry.
Lock in square. Hold. 6 more. No
And a set restarts. All in the tackle count anyway. Moses Leota lunges forward into Sele and Little. Cleary for Luai. Here's the change of direction. Only slightly though. And Mav Geyer is wrapped up by Faitala Mariner. Luai onto Cleary. Now Isaiah Yo for the line. He crosses,
Okay.
but it's held up.
Tackle 3. Had no try. Just confirm that it is a loose carry from Isaiah and that it's not playing at the ball from Dragons in the tackle.
He got his arms free there, Isaiah Yo. Plenty of Saints around him. Just tried to ground the football over the top of a couple of players here.
It's just a tackle from
Just knocked
Luciano
out.
Leilua. Isaiah Yao
Attempting to make a tackle. I don't think there's any strip there. Well done. I think it was Leilua over the top. It just forces the ball free.
It was Big Luch in over the top,
Yeah, but that's not where he
forcing the
knocks
knock on from Isaiah Yo.
it. No shot clock. 4 more boys are on the 10 here. Bring up. Don't go early here, Casey.
Well, looks like there's a little bit of fire coming to the game now. I want to see the Panthers fire up now defensively. A little bit of niggle starting to come in. Watch how hard they go this set.
Sele off the back of the scrum. We still have a couple of NRL games to come after this. Dolphins, Titans, Suncorp Stadium, Rabbitohs in the capital. And then Sunday night with Fletch tonight, Blocker. Fletch in charge with guests Luke Ricketson and Angus Crichton. So a real Roosters theme to Sunday nights with Fletch with a difference. The kick here from the Dragons. Turning Sania Taruva around and finding the sideline. That's a big kick from Ben Hunt. Using the win for a 40-20. Ben Hunt delivers. His last kick was off the side and lamentable. That one is a beauty.
Yeah, he got it right that time, didn't he? Didn't go into his shell after he kicked out on the full. He's done it a couple of times in the game so far, but that's a pearler.
His third 40-20 of the season, the 14th of his career. Now,
Can't lift the leg, mate.
the P's disappeared out of the whistle, but we heard enough of it. A leg lift
Scott picks the leg up.
in the tackle. So the Dragons can reload.
Wait for the
28
float.
minutes remaining.
Yeah, no tackles behind.
And they score here and make it 3 converted tries the difference.
Lock in square. Go wide.
It's a long journey, but they all start with one step as Couchman gets the offload away. Little, Flanagan. Look at Leilua hit and spin.
Marcus holds. Go 2.
Short side. This time Sully, given no room by Cleary or Martin. Flanagan for Toby Couchman.
He's done well, Couchman. He's their best yardage getter so far. Off the bench here this afternoon.
4 tackles down. The Panthers handling this. Now Hunt over the top. It's touched by Penrith. Picked up by McLean, but
I
knock
think so,
on by
mate.
the visitors.
I was saying the ball went backwards there. Saying knock on.
Everybody up. Shot clock on.
and on screen gave us an eye-catching try to open proceedings. Lots of stepping, squirt of acceleration, and over he went for his first NRL try. But called back here for a knock-on. Never really looked like troubling Penrith's defensive line in that set.
They might be a little bit close after the 40-20 there, and they were close to the line, only 8 metres out. Attacking set from there, they might prefer to be a little bit further out, put their plays on.
Ben Hunt's got it back third time around.
Surrender! 1 foot now, hold! Go one.
Eisenhuth.
Isaiah, give room.
St George Illawarra building a bit of pressure. Not much of this for them during the contest so far. Flanagan for Hame Sele. He's held by Kenny. Forced to ground by Sorensen. Now Hunt, the flat pass for Luciano Leilua. He backs his way towards the goal line and he's just short. Cleary making the stop. Eisenhuth, Long, Hunt, now Lomax. Puts a skip in the step as he confronts Geyer, gets the offload away. Fiona wasn't expecting it, and Max watches it roll over the sideline.
Yeah, just trying to throw the impossible ball there. Lomax just pass and hope by the look of it. He's trying to spring that ball out on the outside. Just frustrated now, the Saints. The defence, look at the numbers around the tackle there. Lomax 3 and 4 in the tackle there from the Panthers. They are relentless. Leading 28-4 comfortably on the scoreboard, but just still have got that will to scramble and make tackles. Although the Saints didn't throw that much at them in that set, or the last couple of sets.
Now Henry has it. How many points can the Panthers pile on? Is there a fight back late here by St George Illawarra? They're off to Amy Park in Melbourne next Saturday evening. Not a big finish here and some confidence, some belief before they go down to tackle the ladder leaders. Off the back of beating Brisbane and now whatever happens here against Penrith. St George Illawarra, that's their road ahead. Lomax on the end of the kick. Gets rid of Isaac Tungor comfortably.
He's hard to handle, isn't he, Lomax? Big body, can break tackles.
Look at Penrith go to work defensively here. Winding up, Moses Sully bounced off a shoulder of Leota. Straight into Isaiah Yeo and a penalty to St George Illawarra. Put it down to Moses Sully blocker.
Yeah, he's run hard this afternoon, Sully. Been a shining light there for the Saints, for the Dragons this afternoon. He's been very committed with his running game. Run for 85 metres. He leads the way here for the Dragons. Give him a bit more football. Nice, straight and direct.
He and Zach Lomax, 4 tackle busts each for the Dragons. Only Nathan Cleary's 5 is higher in the game. Hame Sele takes the direct route with an offload. Quick hands Little, Eisenhuth. Wrapped up by Geyer. But he puts the ball on the ground. More second phase play here. I've been third with the amount of offloads in that little set. Sele, Flanagan, the inside play from Leilua. He was looking for Lomax. Play on is the ruling here. Sully has the ball. It looked a knock on for your life. Another offload. Flanagan, Long, Hunt. Ben Hunt stepping around. He gets the ball away. Vitala Mariner keeping Luai at bay. Before Sorensen comes in over the top. This is only tackle 2 for Sele. He gets the ball back for Little. Toby Couchman, straight, hard, Toby.
Well done.
Reached out and lost the ball, I think.
Okay, coming in to tackle 2. It's confirmed that Toby Couchman loses the ball over the line.
Well, the referee's right there. Have a look at the positioning of the ref. He's standing right there. They're afraid to make a mistake. Couchman stretches out. Has he got control on the way down? Loses it.
Toby Couchman loses the ball over the try line. We have a decision.
20-metre boys.
That's tough for the Dragons early in the set. Yes, they went
Front
close,
foot here, Luciano.
but ultimately it's knock
Front
on.
foot here, fellas.
He's a good player, this kid.
Knock on in goal, so 7 tackle set for Penrith. Not only do they not score, they hand it over early in the set, and it's a 7 tackle set to the opposition. And they're doing it tough. Lady Luck looks away.
Luciano, go, 0.
At least possession over the last 10 has swung back in favour of St George Illawarra, but for the game, still considerably in favour of Penrith.
Keep room there, Toby. Lock in, Marcus. Go to.
It was Nathan Cleary setting them alight in the first half. Here's a touch through Luai, Gaia.
Head up now, Ben. Front foot here, Joe. Hold. Go 3. Foul.
Luai again, just setting it out in front of Mitch Kenny.
Here we are, Tom. Hold now. Go 4.
He's today the sort of day where someone like Mav Gaia gets over for his first try. For the time being, it's Martin on the right-hand side of the field. He's already crossed today.
Good tackle, Surly.
Taualau is out there. The kick from Cleary, played at by St George Illawarra, fallen on by the Dragons, and they keep possession.
Surly had to make that tackle, and Liam Martin, he hit the ball at speed. Again, the halfbacks with their connection just hit him nice and flat and fast. The Saints hang on, come away with the football.
Sewer stays on his feet. Here's Christian Tuipolotu. What do the Dolphins give us in the game to follow? They were beaten by Penrith last week in agonising fashion. How do they rebound against the Titans? That's coming up next on Fox League with Warren Smith, Cooper Cronk, Jake Duke at Suncorp Stadium. Hunt puts it in the air, a floater down the field. Sania Taruva.
The Groover, look at him.
He can move. And he goes straight to another mover. A tackle buster, back to Taruva. Now McLean. The offload count in this game still 12-8 in favour of the Dragons. Here's Trent Taualau. Playing his 5th game of the season and of his NRL career. One of the debutants blooded by Ivan Cleary in this campaign. They're all different. After 3 straight premierships, what are they angling towards in 2024? The reigning champions, the Penrith Panthers. Taualau finds Cleary. He steps back from where it came. Now Taruva, pushed in the end by Luciano Leilua. He couldn't get close. All he could do was reach out and shove him to ground. Not your conventional tackle. Cleary, in along the ground, a good old-fashioned grubber at force, and what a pickup block.
I reckon he was aiming at the post there, the upright. Well done there by Little. I think he was more surprised than anyone.
It's a great grab. As the worm burner came at him at speed. Look at that. Oh, yeah. DeBellin for Hunt. Hunt working his way through the middle. This is the sort of run they need. Jack DeBellin. He's been good for the Dragons this year. Playing every game. Off the back of DeBellin. The kick here from Jaden Sewer. Not the first one today. Jaden's been given a kicking licence this week.
Yeah, well, I'm going to take it off him. MKA went straight down the throat of the Panthers player.
A chip in the first half and then another one there. Shane Flanagan sitting beside us seems unperturbed. Might have a raised eyebrow quietly in the dressing room post full time. Taualau for Isaiah Yeo and Isaac Tungle. disappears beneath Leilua. Cleary thought about the inside ball, goes outside to Luai, who brushes away from Sewer and gets the ball away. It goes over the sideline.
He's got speed off the mark, hasn't he? Luai exploded. He's trying to get that ball away. He'd be disappointed with that pass. Game's fallen into a little bit of a lull.
All the way back here, Scott. Hey, Mitch and Isaiah, push up closer, please.
Luai just hurling the ball towards McLean. It goes in between two Panthers. The last game this evening, Canberra against South Sydney in the capital. Vossi and Brandy along with Eloise Sawyer down there. Tough game to pick. Blocker, do you think you know who's going to win that game?
No, it's a tough game, as you say. The South Sydney side starting to make a little bit of a comeback anyway. Canberra Raiders, you never know. Pretty good at home. We'll go the Raiders in the cold.
And then straight into Sunday night with Fletch. He's calling himself the host with the most. Well, we'll find out.
Sunday night with Brian Fletcher. How's that sound?
Sounds good. The show will be good. Tune in tonight to find out. Here's Hunt. Across the field for Flanagan. His pass, it's put down by Moses Sully. Reached out with one hand, had it for a couple of bounces, and then left it behind. To'o, busy finish to the season on Fox League. Every NRL game live and in high definition at break in play. And of course 5 NRLW games each weekend now as well.
So we're trying to come up with a shot there. Inspire his teammates on Gaia. A few words with each other there.
Kenny came off the back fence there. Long run up into his opposition number 9. Cleary, a hat-trick on offer for Nathan today. If he can go over once again, Isaac Tungor dancing to the outside of Sully. Along with Flanagan, they make the tackle. Cleary takes the line on, stopped by Selle.
He's over the 100 running metres, Cleary, for a halfback. Unbelievable.
Towel out. His kick sits up a little. What a clean-up merchant he has been today. Jacob Little, however they come at him, he hasn't made an error. Now Moses Sully. And a whistle in favour of St George Illawarra.
On the ball for a challenge. Okay. Casey got to cut this challenge. Yeah, Penrith challenging that the 14 on-field decision is that he strips it.
So the captain's challenge here.
And they'll win that. Hanging on the ball.
Trent's just making a tackle. We just need to see if the ball ever gets knocked on.
He loses on the way down.
I'm with you, Steve.
It's a good challenge if they win.
And the ball is knocked on here. It comes loose and touches the defender. The captain's challenge is successful.
The Penrith Panthers getting it right in every regard this afternoon.
He was pretty confident then, Isaiah Yeo. He went straight away as soon as the tackle was made. He said, we'll challenge that one.
Now, Steve, you look at Nathan Cleary's numbers, outstanding, as you've pointed to. He has 4 hat-tricks, but doesn't have a hat-trick since 2021 Magic Round against the Titans. You sort of feel like it's on offer here this afternoon with 2 in the bank already.
You should get on with it.
Here he is handing it off for Sorensen, who's been stripped of the ball one-on-one, and the Dragons get it straight back. Little scurrying through the middle on the end of that.
You surrendered. Tackle 1.
There's the explanation. You surrendered, so that's why Isaiah Yeo was afforded that latitude. Here's Hame Selle getting the ball straight back in the replay box. Luciano Leilua. They've been quick to surround him today. Selleck. So tackle 4. Nice afternoon in Wollongong, apart from the wind, which has not let up. Now Hunt goes high and hope, but it's going to come down in the in goal. He has not had his best kicking day, Ben Hunt. Now McLean instantly back to where Ben Hunt kicked the ball from.
And have a look how quickly they want to get on with the play. Straight away, the Panthers, they want to finish this one off. Been a little bit of a lull the last 15 minutes. Panthers will be dead set wanting to finish it off. We'll score another try.
Liam Martin. A milestone on offer for Jerome Luai today. If they win, it will be his 100th in game 122. The fastest man to 100 wins in the Origin era. So since 1980, the man he's going to beat is Dylan Edwards, the injured Panther. Here he is, Jerome Luai, angling towards NRL win 100. Now Cleary for Kenny. And they'll change it over just a few metres out.
Yeah, good tackle, one-on-one there. DeBellin had to make it. Another trick play there from the Panthers. Look at that second man play. Kenny gets manhandled there right under the posts. Good defence there from DeBellin.
This is Moses Sully. It's only game 1 of 3 to start your Sunday tickets. Nathan Astor, Corey Parker, Michael Ennis to wrap up this game and take us to Suncorp Stadium after this for Dolphins Titans. They have found some good form, the Titans, before their start last game. Here's DeBellin.
Last tackle, clear it, Lindsay.
Hunt. This time it's a floating bomb. This will be wicked to catch, but Taruva does magnificently well. It was floating through the air like a Besser blocker.
Yeah, that was a beautiful take. Lomax was right there on the spot. We know how good he is under the high ball. That was a wonderful take.
Now Brian To'o. Oh, what about that for an offload? Flick very late in the tackle. Back to Taruva. He takes a few more metres down the middle. Jerome Luai. Now he's forced to ground. Yo. Cleary shows it on the inside. Taruva. Sania Taruva just short. Try saver from Zach Lomax.
What a tackle.
Now Cleary, his kick is through the line. It's into the in goal and diving on the ball. It is Lindsay Smith, the Iron Man, gets a reward. It's his 3rd try of the season, the only Panther to play in every game of 2024.
Yeah, well done there from Lindsay Smith. Just have a look at how they all line up here. The Panthers, they know exactly what Cleary's going to do with the grubber kick. Look at this for the one-on-one tackle. Beautiful stuff. Could see the line there for Harvey Norman. We see the try here. A little grubber kick. Just have a look at them all on board. The Panthers jumpers all around the football. Lindsay Smith is the first there. He gets the try for the Panthers to finish the game off. Look at that, any number of 3 could score there. You know exactly what Cleary's going to do. Takes the ball right to the line, perfectly weighted. Smith can't believe his luck.
The Harvey Norman replay, making it look easy for Lindsay Smith. If you've joined us late, he was forced onto the ground very early in the game with James Fisher-Harris off amid a groin injury concern.
Well, I thought he was going to come back on the field, as we mentioned at half-time. Sprinting up and down the sideline, Fisher-Harris was. I suppose you're not needed. The lead at half-time was 22-4. So it would have been tough for him. Just have a little bit of a break, work on you during the week, see if we can get you back next week.
Nathan Cleary, try assists, tries of his own. He's doing it all in the gong. And that man, Lindsay Smith, a beneficiary. Nearly 100 run metres, 27 tackles. He's been a busy boy as he's inviting the Penrith flags to fly here. We're going back to Vegas, Allegiant Stadium 2025. This time, 8 teams, 4 games. Get your one epic ticket. Fly direct from Australia to Vegas with the NRL charter flight. That sounds fun. Travel packages are on sale now at nrl.com/Vegas. Blocker, I know you do a mean Elvis impersonation.
Well, you make sure you turn right when you get on that plane.
You always go left. I keep thinking you're the pilot. Seat 1A, S. Roach.
Frequent flyers.
My 17-year-old son thinks he's on the plane to Vegas. I said, you are if you're paying yourself, mate.
21, haven't you?
You have. Nav Geyer. He's old enough. He'll have some fun in Vegas. Now Yo. Penrith, of course, one of the teams bound for the party capital of the universe. Here's Liam Martin. Martin threatening to get away. The pass is backwards along the ground. That's okay. And then Tungor runs into his own forward. The Panthers by 30 points. Still 8 minutes left. As Luai straightens. Jerome Luai finding Cleary. There's his hat-trick. His first since Magic Round 2021. It's a magic day in Wollongong for Nathan Cleary and the Penrith Panthers.
Well, he's been magic all afternoon, hasn't he? Luai with his footwork and speed off the mark. Just have a look at this, the connection these two guys have got. Cleary just stays alive back on the inside. There it is, too easy. Poor old Lomax just throws a hand out. He couldn't do anything there. And Cleary in for the hat-trick. Look at that. Head fake, footwork at the line. Cleary gets the ball. Too good.
Together this year, Cleary and Luai have won 4 of their 5 games together. This is their 93rd premiership game together. Of course, they've played so much footy even before arriving in the NRL together. And Steve, I come to you with the observation that has to be a huge motivation for the Penrith Panthers this season. Yes, Jerome Luai and Cleary are great mates and played so much together. Luai bound for the Tigers, James Fisher-Harris bound for the Warriors, Taruva moving on as well. They want their last dance to be a memorable one and finish on October 6th.
And this is the start of it towards that minor premiership today. It was a big game for them. Everyone back except Edwards. And the combination, the understanding these two guys have got, it's a shame they're going to break it up. There's a conversion. I'd like to have seen him be one club players, but anyway, he's going to my team, the Tigers. We welcome. Hope he can play like this.
Sit back and enjoy Nathan Cleary. Second game back from a hamstring injury. Firing shots left, right and centre. 3 tries, 2 try assists. So of the Panthers' 7 tries, he's been directly involved in 5 of them. And Block, read out the running metres for Nathan Cleary this afternoon.
Oh, he's run for 123 metres, right? That's more than anyone in their forward pack. I love the way he takes the line on. But have a look at that too. It's 11 runs. How many halfbacks take the line on 11 times? Generally setting back, really organise and play. He does everything, this bloke. Loves to take the line on. A hat-trick this afternoon. Was great last week. He iced that field goal to win by a couple. A wonderful player. He's been out a long time. You forget how good he is.
His 5 tackle busts, a equal game high. Remember what he did in those final 16 minutes of last year's grand final. What's Nathan Cleary going to do? Back fit and firing in the back end of 2024. The signs outstanding here this afternoon. Henry into a strong tackle from Hame Sele. So the Panthers en route to a big final as a big win. As Luai kicked for Lomax. what happens in the games to come. Dolphins, Titans, Raiders, Rabbitohs to wrap up round 21. Fiona just drifting across the field and driven a little further sideways by Liam Martin. A big crowd in Wollongong, the majority of which is St George Illawarra oriented, left a little flat after the performance of their Dragons. And if you joined us late, they were never allowed into the game, Stephen. It was, I think we used the word awesome from Penrith to start this game. Complete and utter domination from the kickoff.
Yeah, Leota and also Fisher Harris. He was only on for a short period, but they just set the standard early in the game. Cleary off the back of it with Luai. Just too classy, too good.
Hunt kicking from well within the 40, but he's put it out on the full.
Now just have a look.
He is way off.
Have a look at the chase here from Liam Henry. He puts the pressure on. It's the back end of the game, only 4.5 to go. And it's just a great chase there from the young fella off the bench to put pressure on. Well, he's had a mixed afternoon here with his kicking. Hunt.
Moses Leota, just remind everybody that that was Ben Hunt's third kick out on the full. His third today. He was one of those kids in primary school who played up on a windy day. He doesn't like the wind. Let's give him an out clause there. Yo, from 10 metres out, he wants into this try-scoring party. Smith. Lindsay Smith got one already. He's going to go close to 2.
Tackle 3 with Lindsay.
There are enough Dragons there to deny him.
He would have been the most surprised too. Just backed himself there.
Out 10, mate.
Try and get on with it now and finish it right off. 4 minutes to go. Panthers on the attack. Like to back him in, wouldn't you?
Martin. Already that's worked once today. Cleary to his right edge forward. Luai. Luai now giving it for Sorensen. Sorensen lost his legs in what was probably a try-saving tackle. It was Molo, and now out of dummy half, getting to ground. They're in the Dragons. They're in through Henry. It's the Panthers who've scored, and Henry gets to ground. Liam Henry. Toalau it is. It's Trent Toalau.
Yeah, Toalau out of dummy half. Just watch the way he goes over the top here. Throws the dummy. Oh, look where all the Saints forwards are looking out at the first receiver. There it is over the top. Did well to get it down too. What strength, because they're hanging on the football all the way down.
Try confirmed. Trent Toalau has his first in the NRL. His teammates around him, 5 NRL games for try number 1 in Wollongong.
Whitby says in years to come that it was a chip over the top from 50 out. Not a dummy half try. Seem to exaggerate a little bit. You reckon, Matty?
44-4. He looks too honest to me. But there'll be plenty more tries for him to boast about in years to come. Young Trent Toalau, signed until 2026 at the Panthers. 24 years of age. 2 more points by the boots of Nathan Cleary. 46-4. And the Dragons have been blown away at home. Their first Wollongong loss of the year is a heavy one. As we look at Hamiso Tabuai Fido. What does he do in the next game for the Dolphins at Suncorp Stadium against Kieran Four and David Fafita? After a really rough start to the year, losing their 6 straight, and some better form in recent times under Des Hasler. It's an intriguing game to come, the South East Queensland derby.
2 to go. I wonder if they want the 50 here. Penrith. See how they go in this set. They're hungry for points.
Absolutely, they'll be after 50. Expect some ball movement as you look at the Panthers' run home. That's the run home with plenty of games at home. Bluebet Stadium will host Newcastle, Melbourne, the Rabbitohs and the Titans to finish. So if Melbourne falter, Penrith hope to be in a position to ask some questions of the minor premiership, but it is very much the Storm in the box seat. 4 points clear of the Panthers after round 21. Lindsay Smith, here's Cleary, front foot play, intercepted by Max Fionney. Fionney races away, the cover is coming in Tungor, and he gets there and makes the tackle. No quarter given by the Panthers. They hair across the field and cut down Max Fionney. Murdoch Masilla, his pass for Flanagan, set restart, if they execute they score, but a whistle sounds in back play.
Pass is forward, but Trent's offside.
So a forward pass against the Dragon, therefore Jared Sutton activates
What about
the offside player.
From the other side of the field, sprints. They're winning 46-4.
You've got a bloke in front over here.
What a cover tackle that was. Fionney looked like he was in for all money after the intercept. Tungor just got on his bike and away he went. Roy Martin was just on the inside of him too. Who chased us as hard?
Kyle Flanagan gives it for Luciano Leilua. He set himself for the offload. It wasn't allowed. Liam Henry wrapping up the ball. And a concerning back play for an injured Dragon who's punching the ground. Will stick with play. Jaden Sewer! Jaden gets there. A little highlight late for the Dragons and their edge forward. Their Queensland Maroon, Jaden Sewer. It's Ben Murdoch-Masilla who's distraught at some injury that's left him in back play. On the other side of the ground, he's a bit scratched up, but he's landed a blow of his own. Jaden Sewer.
Well, a little bit too late there for the Dragons. Sewer cutting back on the inside, hit the ball at speed. Beats a couple of tackles, stretches out, puts the ball down. He's had a pretty good afternoon. He's tried hard. Sewer. It's the final try for the Dragons.
74 run meters, 5 tackle busts. Busy today, Jaden Sewer, but not much he or the Dragons as a collective could do against the Penrith Panthers. Ben Murdoch-Masilla, at 33 years of age, having made his debut in 2010, very late in his career, he's hobbling towards the sheds. I think he fears a serious knee injury here. That's why he was so upset as he stayed on the ground. We followed the ball. He was punching the grass
You're on report,
repeatedly.
dangerous contact below the knee.
And a Penrith Panther has gone on report. I think that's the 6th player in this game to go on report. Trent Taulau it is. So big to follow post full-time here as Zach Lomax adds the extras. It only improves the scoreboard. It does nothing else. Ben Murdoch-Masilla shaking his head. St George Illawarra fans shaking their heads. But the league world nodding its approval at that man. Nathan Cleary, 3 tries, 2 try assists, huge run meters, huge tackle busts. The conductor delivering quite the song as the Penrith Panthers get it done. 46 points to 10.